Leo, hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Leo. We are in the midst of Taurus season right now. Things have been a little wild, right, in the astrology. Definitely a lot to navigate through, sort through, etc. We're coming off of a full moon in Scorpio. It's really highlighting the changes that we need to make, and specifically in relationship dynamic. There are things that are being triggered all across the board, and we're in this time where it's really important to kind of take a step back, have a bird's eye perspective, look at the whole of the situation before you make decisions, before you act accordingly. Because some people are on board, some people want to work through the problems and issues, some people don't, right? And this divide is, well, Pluto moved into Aquarius. So Aquarius is giving us opportunity at new life, so to speak. And this new life is a lot about aligning with what we want, what we're passionate about, the things that make us feel happy, fulfilled, alive. And so that divide is coming through right now, where the people, situations, people, places, and things that are like on board with that versus what is not. And the more we kind of sit and stew in the toxicity and the drama and the chaos, the longer we're going to be there, obviously, right? But it also kind of makes it harder to, really evolve and grow. And so that awareness to be able to see through people, places, and things is super important right now. Neptune is in Aries. So it's that value of believing yourself, believing your instincts, what you sense, what you feel, especially if something smells off, right? So that's why I like to start off these readings with an energy cleansing, just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles that we might be coming into. It's a great time to set your own intention for the reading as well, Leo, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just looking for more of a rebalancing of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of being grounded, aligned in who we are, we know what we want, we know who and what to interact with and deal with, where to put our time, energy, and that's really what aligns us with happiness, fulfillment. That's where we manifest our abundance from. So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly, and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. We all need some of that love, especially right now. Things have been like a little bit wonky. Like, it's interesting. Usually the full moon kind of, it heightens, and we're still feeling the effects of that heightened energy. But like, people have just been kind of popping off, tweaking out a little bit. Maybe not even just a little bit, like a lot of it. And we've been seeing this manifest in the astrology. The fire, water element have been heightened. They've been kind of dancing back and forth. Emotions, feelings, tensions, aggression is getting triggered. As we've been, 100%, yeah. Strength in the process, being patient for whatever you're navigating through. I basically touched on a lot of that. Mars is weirdly aspected right now, and so we're not getting the results that we want. Like, we have to be patient with our results. We have to kind of commit and be willing to see things through, or not have expectations that it's going to like magically get better, right? I'm hearing that like there's someone in your environment, something where things are moving way slower than what you anticipated. You're feeling like I'm hearing you're making different decisions, or you're starting to think about making different decisions, because like I said, something feels like it hasn't really been working out. And I do feel like this is coming through a specific person's situation that perhaps promised a lot on the forefront once upon a time. Maybe an issue that you thought was like done and over with. You weren't going to have to go back down that road and readdress, etc. But now it's coming up again, or it has been coming up again, is what I'm seeing. And I think that there are some decisions on the horizon for you, Leo. I feel like you're going to be making a lot of those decisions this week. Maybe you have some interaction with them that highlights some of this behavior. I don't know. We'll see what the tarot says. But it's really important. I mean, I'm hearing like, I kind of feel like maybe you just were done and over with it in your mind, and so you left it at that, right? But now, as certain things are arising again, Spirit doesn't want you to put it on the back burner, is what I'm hearing. Spirit wants you to actually engage with this quote unquote processing. Like, if you're thinking, if you need to reflect on something, don't just shove it off. It's really important, that awareness. I feel like that's a huge component for you this week, because you have to know who and what to commit to. And I feel like, again, because there was just, you didn't really like think through something further than what it was, it's now time to give it some attention. It's now time to give it some understanding. I think you're also seeing it from a different perspective now, Leo. So it's better all around, where there, perhaps maybe you thought there was closure, but not really, you know, because this is in the waning crescent. This is a waning crescent in the moon cycle. And that's when we are releasing, we are letting go, we are bringing closure, but it's not the new moon, right? It's not that when we hit that dark moon point, which is right before the new moon, that's where our endings are. And this is really talking about how something wasn't completely closed. Signs, synchronicities are popping up again all over the place, is what I'm hearing. Because remember, with that full moon in Scorpio, it's giving us every reason to make the changes that we need to make. So when we keep coming across people, places, and things, or situations, conversations, you know, that remind us of whatever we're trying to close out, whatever we're trying to put an end to, it's really Spirit asking you to revisit. It's Spirit saying like, this is not closed, this is not done and over with, and this does need to be addressed. But I think some of this is difficult. It's hard, painful. I love this. The cards never lie. 6 of Cups energy. Definitely things of the past that need to be worked out. We're seeing this, past karmas, people, situations popping up. Again, all this is doing is reworking. Oh, sorry, Leo. All this is doing is reworking so that we can make the changes, right? It's essentially coming up so we can clear it out, so we can have that closure we're looking for, and then be done and over with it. But unfortunately, there are some things that you do need to look at within yourself this week. I'm sorry. Some shady kind of business, 7 of Swords. I'm hearing this is just about like being honest with yourself about like things that you've done, you know, and I'm not saying you have to like berate yourself or whatever. But I think sometimes we hide or we justify certain choices we make, whether right, wrong, good, bad, whatever. I feel like some choices were made, you know, again, maybe you were cutting something out and it seemed like the right choice at the time, but because things were left hanging, there's something about this that needs a little bit more follow through. I think I've said that 20 times already in this reading. I should probably stop now. No, but so I think that you're curious. This is what I'm hearing, partially with this Seven of Swords. I feel like this is you doing a little bit of exploring, maybe even trying to see what this would look like. Maybe you haven't done it this yet, but this week you start either like maybe doing a little bit of research, seeing what something's up to. What does this look like? What are my options? It's hard though. Gosh, guys, this is a hard energy. This is definitely something that you need to address, right? This is, and I don't want to be super harsh, right? But definitely take a look at what is arising for you. Take a look at the synchronicities that are coming up. And I'm hearing this is like about getting right with yourself. It's not so much about like shame on you or you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's not about that at all. But this is about taking a look at some areas where you are putting blinders on about your own actions, your own behavior. Because you kind of just want to turn a blind eye and pretend everything's fine. And maybe if you haven't like done something in a while, it makes you feel like, well, I don't have that problem, I don't have that issue or whatever. But like I said, it's hard to avoid it right now. And nourishing is all about, instead of restricting, denying, avoiding, this is all about highlighting, bringing to light, supporting yourself. Because even if like we've come into something we're ashamed of or we don't want to look at, all that's going to do is limit us, right? That actually just limits us from being in alignment with our prosperity, with our abundance, whatever you're going after, right? It becomes a roadblock, essentially, if we're not dealing with issues. Because we might not deal with it right now, but it is going to present itself again in the future, whether it's coming from this Six of Cups energy, past people, or whether it's just coming through in a new situation, which almost makes it kind of harder and worse when it does, when we connect with new people and we're like, this is going to be a great fresh start, whatever, and then it just ends up being the same effing situation. That's not fun, and it almost like reinforces the bad behavior that much more. It gives us more of a platform to operate out of that. Okay, let's look at this a little bit, because it's like it gets a little bit messy for whomever, whatever you're dealing with. I feel like there is, okay, well, what I'm seeing is like Spirit is opening the door for an opportunity for you, okay? And I feel like I'm not seeing that you're ready for this yet. I feel like this is a lot about like preparing the space to make that happen. I'm seeing that there's some other things that need to line up before this actually manifests. And I feel like this week, Spirit's like, okay, just be honest with yourself, right? Just be honest with yourself and commit to that. Commit to that. Like I said, it's going to get you way farther. And again, I'm not saying any of this to be mean, rude, just what the cards say. Sometimes we do have our blind spots, 100%. And this is all about allowing those to come into focus so you can clear them out, so you can have betterment, fulfillment in your life. It is a messy situation. It's a messy situation. And again, like I was saying in the very beginning, the theme right now is who and what are willing to work on the mess with us and find harmony, balance, resolution in order to move forward. The people that are, and I don't necessarily see this person as being someone who's like trying to manipulate their way through or like screw you over. If anything, no shade, that's kind of coming from your side of things. I'm hearing this is more about like lying to yourself, lying to the situation, not being 100% honest because you're trying to save face. That's what it feels like, trying to save face. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. We all do it, right? But at some point, if it hurts another person, another situation, if we're not able to have empathy, understanding, support, then how can we really expect to have good things, you know? I mean, we can have good things for sure, but it's only going to get us so far, is my point. And at some point, you're going to wake up and it's going to feel like shit, and you know you're gonna have to learn this lesson anyway, so you might as well do it now. Right? Wah, wah. All I'm emphasizing is it's like way more beneficial if we do. Yeah, maybe just don't be so serious have some fun, get out and play, enjoy your life. Remember, like, you know, I don't know, as adults, we get so heavy and into the responsibility and we forget to just, and fun becomes detrimental, you know. This is more about getting your mental, emotional space out of all the seriousness, all the robotic things that we do day to day, so that you can find more balance. Sometimes our opinions can be really fixed if we're just in the grunt and grind, like do, right? We can get really judgmental, we can get really opinionated. And I feel like Spirit is just like, that's not the way forward. That's not the way forward. There's something here that you want. There's something that's enticing you about this. There is a reason that it's coming back up. And I do feel like it's coming to heal. Water your dreams, right? Even if it's hard, even if it has sadness and hardship around it. Part of Pluto moving into Aquarius, it's ruled by the star in the tarot. And the star is all about, yeah, we might be in a space of healing still, but that healing is what is getting us to our quote unquote wish fulfillment. It's the promise of a brighter future. And sometimes when we stay holed in the trauma, the pain, the grief, the sadness, it really keeps us limited, right? It actually keeps us separate from abundance, prosperity, whatever we're trying to manifest in our life. So, sorry, don't hate me. I appreciate you so much. I hope this reading helped. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you, all you bring to the channel. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear or just say, hey, share, and a little love, little TLC. Know that I'm sending all the love, all the support back your way.